6:48 in our top stories for our Smart Start this Monday. We have new updates on the case of a former inmate from the Monroe County Jail who sued after a deputy punched him multiple times in the face. It was caught on video. We showed you about this in March, and now there's another development which will affect the case going forward. Aran Spitzer has been following this since the start. She is live outside the jail this morning. Aran.
Yeah, Brennan, that former inmate Richard Janara Norson and that judge granting a motion for partial summary judgment against his claims against Brett Kirkpatrick, who is the jail deputy there, for assault and battery and use of excessive force, meaning that the jury is not going to have to decide whether that happened or not. As a matter of law, the judge has determined that it has. Now, in this video that we showed you a couple of months back, you can see Janara Norson in an exchange with jail deputy David Girton. After a few words, the exchange got heated, which is when Girton restrained him against a wall. Then comes Kirkpatrick swinging, punching Janara Norson in the face multiple times. Now, in the decision granting the motion, the judge says, quote, "There is no other way to describe Kirkpatrick's use of force in this case except as gratuitous and unreasonable." So now the jury will only need to decide how much monetary compensation to award. Janara Norson's attorney, Elliot Shields, says decisions like this have been rare in his career.
Usually in cases of excessive force, there's some question. Did the person who force was used against resist at all? Was there any reason that the deputy could have lawfully been entitled to use force against that person? Here, based on the clear video evidence, the judge held no. There was absolutely no reason. There's no justification under clearly established law going back decades. Based on this video, there was no reason for Deputy Kirkpatrick to punch him even once, let alone 4 times in the face.
When the incident happened, the sheriff's office did conduct an internal investigation that found Kirkpatrick used excessive force. Kirkpatrick was then suspended for 20 days, but was able to use vacation time to get paid that entire time, which Shields says is a slap on the wrist. Now, Eugene Welch, a partner at Tully Rinke, says the jury may find that Kirkpatrick was already sufficiently punished and that Janara Norson isn't entitled to further compensation.
Next question is, they just are liable for doing something wrong, but what are his damages? The guy's got a broken nose, which may be fixable. We don't know. He never got it fixed because he got COVID. So that all has to be decided yet before Elliot's going to walk away from this case. He has to find out how much a jury or a judge is going to award him.
There are other claims in the case that the jury will still need to decide. So to be clear, it's just this part, the excessive use of force, that does not need to be decided. That date for the trial has not yet been set. That's next on the agenda. For now, reporting, Aran Spitzer, News 8.
Aran, thank you with that good reporting and follow-up. Happening today, President Trump is going to meet with NATO Secretary General amid plans to pass weapons to Ukraine through NATO allies. The big announcement regarding Russia could officially come in the next few hours. Yesterday, the president did not say how many Patriot missiles he plans to send, but the move comes as Russia has stepped up air attacks on Ukraine in recent weeks, despite international calls for a ceasefire agreement.
I thought he was somebody that meant what he said, and he'll talk so beautifully, and then he'll bomb people at night. We don't like that.
A turning point regarding Russia invasion of Ukraine is coming.
That interview on CBS News. Face the Nation, Senator Lindsey Graham and Richard Blumenthal pushed a bipartisan Senate bill that would allow the U.S. to slap a 500% tariff on countries that continue to buy oil from Russia. This morning, 3 people are still in the hospital after a 3-car crash in Rochester's Bar District yesterday. That happened around 12:30 in the afternoon at East Avenue and Union Street. Officers say the driver in a BMW was speeding northbound on Union, ran through the red light. hit a blue van that was turning onto Union. That shoved that into another car waiting at the red light. The driver in the BMW, a 37-year-old woman, stayed on scene. Officers say she was not under the influence of any drugs or alcohol, but charges are still pending, including traffic tickets. An 18-year-old has life-threatening injuries after a crash Saturday night in Canandaigua. Police say the victim was driving on Eastern Boulevard when he crossed through the median, went into the opposite lane, across a ditch, and into this Parkway Plaza parking lot, where he hit a Jeep which was at a stop sign. He remains in guarded condition. The cause of the crash is still under investigation, but at this time, police believe the driver lost consciousness for some unknown reason just prior to impact. Batavia police need your help on leads after a shooting they believe was targeted over the weekend. That happened around 3:15 in the morning Sunday at Hutchins Place and State Street. The victim was hospitalized. They are expected to make a recovery. Anyone with info or footage from that area nearby, you're asked to reach out to the police department at 345-6350. Your sunrise traffic updates here at 6:53 and a view from our greater Rock Sky Eye. One accident on our map, 390 southbound coming out of Grease and Gates there as you're approaching the split with 490. Also in that area, just a traffic alert for you. Beginning today, a portion of Brooks Avenue between the airport access ramp and Deep Rock Road and Gates will be closed for a pavement project. Drivers are asked to take the detour at Buell Road and Chilai Avenue for the time being. You can tell it is summertime in Canandaigua when all of the roads on the city's south side are absolutely packed. And last night was no different, with thousands and thousands traveling to Ontario County for the Hozier concert, despite torrential downpours throughout the afternoon. For about 2.5 hours, the cars were lining the streets surrounding CMAC as fans settled in to see the show. For those who live there year-round and work at the nearby businesses, they are used to this, especially for the biggest sold-out events when traffic is stop and go. And yes, it can be a pain dealing with all the congestion, but it also brings in a lot of money.
A lot of times the country concerts, the traffic will be heavier, but we kind of lose business because more people will tailgate rather than coming to restaurants beforehand.
Most of the people come from Rochester via 332, via 5 and 20. So there's only so much you can do, and you know what? God bless all the big concerts that are coming in.
There are many more events in the lineup for CMAC this summer, getting us to Labor Day weekend. To plan ahead, we've got links to that at rochesterfirst.com. You know who else loves it? People with homes there, nice big yards, and they're like, we can fit 20 cars on this lot. Come on in.
Right, yeah. You don't want to put like a 5-lane highway just for some events in the summertime.
Yes,
it's not worth it.
Maybe once or twice a week. But yeah, they've had some big shows. Again, we got that on our website. Final weather headed out.
No issues for you today outside of maybe a random sprinkle here and there right around noontime. Temperatures in the lower 80s, so a cool down compared to yesterday, but we go right back up there. Tomorrow looks great, but it's going to be hot. Upper 80s to near 90, potentially 90 by Wednesday. That's going to come with a few isolated storms that do come in as we get into Thursday there as well. So kind of a typical summer stretch this week.
As sunrise closes here, approaching 7, a reminder, got more coming your way this morning. Our new podcast back for its second week, second cup of sunrise on the Rochester First streaming app. You can find us there at 9 o'clock. Until then, CBS Mornings coming your way. We're back on air here at 7:25.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on rochesterfirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.